Hello everyone, welcome to my Royal Family official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. 11 weeks after declaring he has cancer, King Charles has formally resumed his public royal duties. However, a royal specialist asserts that Prince William is fiercely protective of his father and will worry about his homecoming. Charles and the Queen visited a cancer treatment facility on Tuesday, where Charles engaged in handshakes and story sharing with the patients. It makes sense that His Majesty acknowledged receiving the cancer diagnosis was a bit of a shock when questioned about his fight and recovery from the disease. William, who has lowered his own commitments to care for Kate as she recovers from surgery, will be watching out for King Charles, according to former BBC royal correspondent Jenny Bond. "I'm sure William feels fiercely protective towards his father," she said to Bella magazine, referring to the tighter bond that has developed between William and Charles in recent times, especially following Harry's departure. "But he knows about his work ethics, so I think William will just have to accept that he has little choice but to trust that Charles won't push himself impossibly hard during these first months of treatment." The king, she said, is renowned for being a workaholic, starting early in the morning and finishing late at night. According to Jenny, William and Harry previously disclosed that Charles frequently becomes engrossed in paperwork and nods off at his desk. According to the former royal correspondent for the BBC, King Charles is eager to establish himself as a capable and contemporary ruler. There have been rumors that King Charles would attend both Trooping the Colour and Royal Ascot, which are both in June. Jenny did note, though, that Camilla is also extremely protective of her husband and doesn't want to take risks too soon. The king's visit to a cancer hospital yesterday and his impending state visit to Japan are the only events that the palace has confirmed thus far. They did, however, corroborate the Sun's report from last month that arrangements are being made for the king to visit other countries, including Australia in October and June, for commemorations of the D-Day 80th anniversary. Though nothing can be confirmed or guaranteed at this stage, planning continues for ways in which their majesties may attend such summer and autumn engagements, the palace spokeswoman continued. All future plans remain subject to doctor's advice nearer the time, with appropriate adaptations made where necessary to minimize any risks to His Majesty's continued recovery. It's understood that when King recovers, his treatment plan will be carefully calibrated in consultation with his medical staff. The spokesman added, "His Majesty is greatly encouraged to be resuming some public-facing duties and very grateful to his medical team for their continued care and expertise." Days before the country celebrates the first full year since the king's coronation in May of last year, he makes his comeback. Amidst their mutual astonishment over cancer, His Majesty and Princess Kate have been confiding in one another. Charles is ready to use his reign as king to fulfill his duties to the best of his ability, declared Jenny Bond, former royal correspondent for the BBC. The three-time royal mother spoke candidly about her condition in a tearful video last month. Similar to her father-in-law, the illness was discovered by medical professionals in January during her scheduled abdominal surgery. Prince William and Queen Camilla have assumed greater responsibility for their royal duties, while Princess Kate and King Charles have retreated. Wills recently went to a school in Sandwell, West Midlands, where he met a 12-year-old boy who had written him an emotional letter about the stigma associated with mental health issues in men. Expressing regret for Kate's absence, the princess added that she would have loved to be there. Queen Camilla, who is rumored to be in constant contact with Kate, is nevertheless seen as the king's rock in the meantime. Despite her repeated requests for Charles to slow down, the Queen has gone on to fulfill all of her royal obligations and has gone to numerous engagements by herself. In the month following His Majesty's health declaration, she went to 13 royal engagements. Being one of the few important royals left in the midst of Kate and Charles's relaxation, she took a well-earned vacation in March. However, Camilla dutifully made her way back to Westminster Abbey on March 11 to represent the monarch at the Commonwealth Day service. The king, who is still fighting cancer, declared he is raring to go and asked assistants to supercharge diary. Today, I witnessed the king fearlessly upholding his mother's maxim that the monarch needs to be seen to be believed by honoring his pledge to serve the people and himself. He wanted to return the favor to the unsung warriors who battle cancer on a daily basis, which is why he selected the University College Hospital Cancer Treatment Center. 3 months after receiving his cancer diagnosis, he returned with a bounce in his step, and it was nice to have Queen Camilla by his side. Remarkably, the king made a connection with those receiving care inside by saying he had an appointment for continued care this afternoon. It is also understood that, in his first public appearance after beginning treatment, he admitted to a chemotherapy patient that receiving a cancer diagnosis had come as a bit of a shock. He spent several minutes outside with 6-year-old Della Thomas, who is receiving treatment at the hospital, and appeared visibly moved. The king reiterated his vow at coronation to not be served, but to serve with my whole heart just 4 short weeks ago during Easter. And I witnessed him show there to serve out a feast that would uplift the spirits of the hospital's patients and medical heroes, as well as the anxious country that has followed his cancer journey to date. The people inside, who were fortunate enough to be hosting his comeback performance, showered him with an enormous, unprompted cheer as soon as he arrived. A rope barrier had been erected by the hospital's security personnel, since so many patients had come in to see them. Being seen was not the primary purpose of the king's appearance. He made the decision to visit the hospital in order to promote early cancer diagnosis, cutting-edge medical treatment, and public awareness of cancer diagnosis. The street outside was crowded with photographers and journalists from all over the world, including Germany, the USA, Italy, and the occasional superfan of the royal family dressed in red, white, and blue. It's obvious that King wants to utilize his battle to get as much attention and exposure as possible for cancer-related problems. It's understood that while he was at UCLA, he was frequently asked how he was feeling and would respond, "I'm all right, thank you very much, not too bad." He concluded his talk with a patient who would later resume her own treatment by stating, "I know the feeling." Today, the king was named Patron of Cancer Research UK, further demonstrating his strong association with the disease and its victims. The result of his very positive Easter Sunday performance at St. George's Chapel, Windsor Castle, gave the king much encouragement. The king himself is greatly encouraged to be going back to work, and his physicians remain positive and sufficiently pleased with his health. Today, the king's aides emphasized that not all patients are sufficiently recovered or decide to resume work while receiving therapy. It happens when the 42-year-old Princess of Wales is still receiving cancer preventive therapy. There is currently no schedule for her public homecoming. Furthermore, the King's Diary's sole known expedition is to host the upcoming state visit of the Japanese Emperor and Empress. He is rumored to desire to attend Trooping the Colour on horseback, therefore it is hoped he will make an appearance in June. He is also excited to join international leaders on the beaches of Normandy for the 80th anniversary of the D-Day landings. Overall, though, people were relieved to see the king, along with the queen, returning to his public-facing frontline duties. So, what do you guys think about this update? Let me know in the comments below. And if you like my videos, please press like and subscribe for more. I'll see you guys next time.